tell guys all the time, you need to have multiple chicks that you're dealing with. Not necessarily because you want to deal with them, but because it keeps you having an abundance mindset so you don't come off needy. Because needy behaviors, a lot of the times, you don't even notice it. Like, it's very subtle, right? But when you don't give a fuck, it's a very natural and relaxed feeling that women can pick up on. Women are very hypersensitive to body language and to mannerisms and to tonality and how you speak. So when you're a guy that has bitches, women know it immediately by how little you care. That actually makes you way more attractive.
I definitely agree with what he's saying if you don't want a committed relationship. This will keep you sharp and you will be your most attractive. Women know if you get pussy based on how you carry yourself. When you are nonchalant about things, that is a clear indicator of abundance, which is why women ignore you guys. Come on. Why do you think girls leave you unseen or unmatch with you so readily or test you so they can disqualify you? Why do you think all these things happen socially? It's because they are living their life in abundance. They know that if they pass you up, there's going to be so many men right behind you that are ready and willing to pay her attention. Now, of course, you're not going to like that shit. You're the one getting rejected. But for women, whew, that is a major turn on to know that you can get other women. It shows choice rather than scarcity. A woman wants to feel special. They all do. So what's more special than a man that can have just about any woman and he chooses you? This is peak attraction, which is why you want to become the best you can be so that you can attract the most women and you do the choosing. Girls don't like when they're choosing you. They want to be selected, which is why the more options you have as a man, the greater your attraction. It's so easy, even a fuck man can do it.
The reason I asked that is I've watched almost every single podcast you ever did for about a year and a half. So much so that I bought into a lot of the things that you said. And for about 2 years, it led me astray and significantly damaged my personal life, including relationships.
How did it lead you astray?
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did. And it significantly damaged my life. And it wasn't until I actually turned around and started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved. Now I'm happily married. I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never felt happier. But I felt...
Congratulations, that's good. That's really good.
Thank you. And I know you're not against that, but my concern is what you're saying to men leads them astray, because I'm a walking example of it. And I think you're significantly damaging people, and especially you're leading people away from morality. Women are not sex objects. Women are created in the image of God, and they are valuable. And they should be treated as such. Why should God give you one of his children if you don't even know how to treat them?
I was happy when I saw that clip, the clip of the man speaking up on how damaging his teachings can be, or his teachings are. His teachings encourages war against women. He is in the habit of telling men to harm women, not directly, but from the way they treat women, from the way they should treat women in relationship. If you see a woman to be a tool, if you see a woman to be a game, whatever you do to her with that mindset is basically you harming her and hurting that person. Because the moment you choose to see a woman as a game, you've ceased to see her as a human with emotions. Telling a man that women are all about money, they don't care about you, just go there, sleep with them and move on to the next woman, date as many women as possible at the same time, that is basically him encouraging chaos, encouraging his candidates to disrespect women and treat women less. Myron does not believe that women deserve good things. Women deserve better things in life generally. We are going to get to that clip later, but before we get to that, let's watch this video of a lady that told her story on how she was in a relationship for 10 years without a ring. Don't get me wrong, it's not all about the ring. Let's hear the story.
Can I tell y'all how I wasted 10 years of my life with a man who had no intentions of marrying me, but he knew I wanted marriage? And I know what you're thinking. Who the hell told you to sit around for 10 years? I know. Sometimes it really gets to me thinking about how I gave up 10 of some of my best years. 10. I was a good girlfriend too. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was. Like one time we had a conversation after being in the relationship for years. And mind you, we met when we was like 18 or so. So it wasn't like I knew how to have these type of conversations in the beginning to understand the likes and dislikes and desires of a man. So I didn't ask those questions. So it was like we were years in, and he said something like, marriage is just a piece of paper. I'm not doing nothing for America. Y'all, my heart could have dropped to my stomach. Like, I'm like, I never knew this. Like, I watched the proposals on TikTok and Instagram all the time, and I'm like, for years, I always thought that was going to be me. And the whole time, I was dealing with a man who had no intentions of proposing to me, ever. So, ladies, I say this. Know what that man's intentions are for you. Out the gate, you need to be asking those kind of questions. Don't be me, wasting 10 years. Know what that man's intentions are for you.
Why did you choose him?
Because he's hot and he has money.
Does money make a difference when you pick a guy?
Yes.
Why?
Because you get stability. You cannot be with someone that doesn't know what to do, doesn't find the business to provide the family food, the necessities. You cannot be with someone who doesn't know what does he want. He knows what he wants.
That's why you chose him.
Yes.
How much does someone have to make to hit your criteria?
It's not only about quantities, just to have someone he cares for you and he gave you everything that you need at home.
When you guys have an argument and you remember, he makes a lot of money, does that make it easier for you to stay with him?
Probably, yes.
I love it. So you're saying that money sometimes makes it a lot easier in a relationship?
Yeah. Money, it always makes things easier. I know it's not all about the money, but it absolutely makes all difference.
Let's start with the first clip. The lady that said you need to know the plan he has for you. No, I don't agree with that statement. You need to know what you want. You need to know what you aim to get from that relationship. What is your focus? What do you want out of that relationship? That's number one. You need to know what you want as a person. Then secondly, you need to know if that man aligns with what you want. It's not in his hands. It is in your own hands. It's about what you want. If he's not giving you what you want, then you have to leave. That man is doing what he wants. Like you said, he's not willing to do marriage. He's not willing to do the whole American stuff. That is what he wants. So you cannot be with someone that is not willing to get married, but you yourself, you want to get married. You are obviously with the wrong person. So how then do you expect us to blame the man? The man is doing what he wants. You are doing what the man wants. You're not doing what you want. So it's not about what he wants. It's not about what plans he has for you, but it's about what you want as an individual. If he doesn't want what you want, you leave him and look for someone else that wants what you want. It's as easy as that. It's also very important for you to have clarity when you get into relationship. If your intent is for you to just go with the flow, then you should discuss it. You should also make sure that the man is only interested in going with the flow, because you don't want to be going with the flow and you have a man that is looking for marriage. But if you know you want marriage, make sure you find someone that wants the same thing as you do. Clarity is very important. Direction is very important. For the second video, that lady knew what she wanted. She said the man is handsome and he has money. The reason why she's with him is because he has money. Money is her own focus. Some people get into relationship because they want love. Some people get into relationship because they want financial stability from the man. I'm not for that. I am against that. If you didn't have and a man is helping you, do not depend on that man forever. Establish yourself. But I would always say, have your own money. Build yourself up. Do not depend on anyone to feed you 100%.
Well, I don't want none of these hoes. See, that's niggas' problem too. Y'all be in love. I don't be in love. Nigga, I got the over and under rule. Get over a bitch, get under the next one. I don't care about these hoes, man. They never did, nigga. That's my problem now. I be telling niggas all the time, I envy niggas who in love. Because I don't get me wrong, I would love to be in love. I can't find the right joint. Toes up. Credit score ain't good. You ain't got no job. You don't know when to go home. I can't go to your house. If I go to your house, it's uncomfortable. Yo, pardon my kids. Yo, it's just too much. I'm looking, man. Listen, I'm looking for love. But as far as catching one of my joints, they not my joints. And if they told you they was my joints, they lied. They may have been my drink for 3 days because they're in my house. Once you leave, you gone. Get time together. Our time together is our time together. Our time apart is our time apart. I don't love no bitches.
Mad clips, baby.
An actual like debate with you, okay? I'm not
Sure.
here. I'm not here to antagonize you or villainize you. I want to understand you, and I hope maybe you'd want to understand me. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
So what I want to understand is your viewpoint that women deserve less, or that you think men deserve more?
Well, two things can be true, right?
Okay.
So I think guys need to be in a position where they are the dominant and the leader in the relationship.
So I would like to understand why exactly do you think that? Is it what is causing this? Is it like an instinctual thing? Do you think it's based off biology, psychology?
What in
religion,
particular?
belief? Like the idea that the man should be dominant. What is the backing thought process for this?
Well, it's how society has thrived for centuries. You know, the man is the head of the household. He's a leader. He protects some provisions. And this is how we've been able to build up the society we enjoy now. And it's only with modernity and feminism that women have been able to kind of do the things that they do. But at the end of the day, I would argue most women want a traditional man who's going to be a provider, going to be a protector, and adhere to these traditional masculine traits.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about this, sir, if you don't mind. So
Sure.
what would you say that over time, generally speaking, with how society has come, how culture has come, to where we are at this current point, are you content with how the world is today? With society, are you happy with how society has turned out? What exactly, do you have any issues with modern society?
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's pluses and negatives, but I do think that modernity has led to the overall degradation of society. And it's because we don't prioritize the family anymore.
Watch the full thing, but I really just want to know, like, why do you think women deserve less? Because it's like a controversial, obviously it's going to catch people's attention.
Sure.
You know, they see it. And
Sure. When I say women deserve less, it's for a multitude of different reasons, but I'll just focus on, like, let's say dating for now, right? So guys have this, warped ideology that being a gentleman and being super nice and, being caring makes you more attractive to women. But the reality is, attraction and arousal are two different things. And by being a nice guy, what ends up happening a lot of times is you get stuck in the friend zone. And what I tell guys, and I talk about this in my book, guys got to give women less. If you look at the cover, I have money there, relationships, social media, and time. And the reason for that is because we live in a deregulated sexual marketplace. And what that basically means is, assuming two parties have the age of consent, anyone could hook up. Now, we thought this would be a good idea in the 60s with the explosion of feminism and birth control, etc. But what ended up happening was, when you leave women to their own devices, they date the best guys that they can get. And that problem's been exacerbated as they become more educated and made more money. So it's left a lot of normal guys out of the realm. So what I tell guys is, you need a woman that's going to reciprocate that attention, because we're in a position now where they have all the leverage, and a lot of guys are over here courting and dealing with women that quite frankly don't deserve it. So when I say women deserve less, there's other aspects too, but that's what I mean, as in, like, dating. Don't simp on women that already get everything given to them. When you leave women to their own devices, they date the best guys that they can get.
You just said the quiet part out loud. Women are looking to date the best guy that they could get, and some of them are getting left out. How is that a problem, and who's it a problem for? Some of them despise the fact that it's not easy for them to get the women that they choose. This is why some men go out of their way to make women think that your education, your money, your career means nothing to them. The more you have going for yourself, the harder they have to work to get and maintain you. And they believe the lie that patriarchy sold them, that getting a woman is easy. They need the women to be desperate. One of the best questions you could ask a man these days is, how do you feel about red pill content? If he says, I agree with some of it and some of it I don't agree with, make that man tell you, what parts do you agree with? When he's like, these women these days, they feel so entitled, they think that the hate and the anger and the bitterness bubbles up in them. Some of these men ask women out and they want to sleep with women, but they don't like women. These bare minimum, low effort men despise you for not making it easy for them. It's not a male loneliness epidemic. It's a male entitlement epidemic. They don't want to earn the woman that they want. They think they're owed the woman that they want.
Myron is not the only one that thinks this way about women. It's more common than you think, honestly. Imagine getting into a relationship with a man that views women this way, that thinks about women this way. Everything about him when it comes to women is a game, and all that he has in his head is how he will come out as the winner of the game. How then do you expect that relationship to grow? How then do you not expect that man to become someone that sleeps around and have a lot of baby mamas? It's all in the head, the mindset, how you think. And teachings like this are the reason why we have a lot of baby daddies everywhere. Baby daddies that are refusing to be responsible. Teachings like these have made them believe that they are the prize. They have to guard their properties, their money. Women are out to get them. This is what people like this tell innocent boys, and they believe it. It's all about game. It's all about smashing. It's all about sleeping with as many women as possible as they can. And the same person is talking about the family unit, building the nuclear family. After teaching men how to destroy the family unit, how to destroy women, and then you still expect those women that they have destroyed to build a family with them. Is he not delusional? He's obviously delusional. A man is meant to lead the family, lead the relationship, lead a woman because he's a man. With no concrete reason, even if the man does not have a good head, because he is a man, he has to lead. Does that make sense? How logical does that sound? Just because he is a man. And what made this so? The society. It is the way the society is structured. Who structured the society? Men. So if men were the ones that structured the society, what then makes you think they will not put rules that will favor them? That is exactly what we're saying. That is what patriarchy is all about. Oh, it's the man's world. Who made the rules? Men. What exactly is Myron saying? Goodness. And he's out there trying to sell his books. Men that sound this way are low value men. Men that sound this way have failed at getting women, have failed at being in a relationship. In one of his clips, I'm not sure I'm going to play it in this video, he said that he's in a relationship, but an open relationship. The person he's dating is closed. He is the one in the open relationship. How selfish can someone be? When you hear men sound the way Myron sounds, it means one thing. It means they've done everything possible to get the woman or the type of women they want, but they've not been able to do that because those women, they have high standards. So the next strategy is to devalue those women, belittle them, say nasty things to drag them down, so those women will feel bad, lower your standards, and accept them. This explains why they go on podcasts and say women that are 30 and above are expired. They say once you hit 30, you've lost the market's value. Your beauty has declined. Those are statements they use to hit women, to make women feel less and start accepting any man that comes to them and start settling. They are very strategic.
Avoid guys like this at all costs. Check it out.
You have daughters?
No kids.
So if you had daughters,
I hope not.
Would you want her marrying someone like you?
So that's a good question because I've been asked this a few times. So if he took care of my daughter, I would be okay with him having other women. I understand how men are. Men typically are only as faithful as their options. So as long as he loves and takes care of my daughter, and provides for her, I'm okay with it, and gives her a marriage. And there's got to be some skin in the game here.
I would want my daughter to have someone that makes her happy and takes care of her.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't be happy with if he had other women.
Maybe I'm missing something. I have no idea. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments.
Only women could be sluts. We are the slut makers. These girls over here try to call me a slut. Hey, we're the slut makers, man. There's no such thing as a man that's a slut.
May I continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So you're talking about how you have an open relationship. So you have the nuclear family.
Yep.
The stereotypical nuclear family is a loyal working husband who goes to the office or whatever, makes money, comes home to his wife, provides for his wife, takes care of his wife. You value highly the nuclear family, but you yourself are not taking a part of it. Why is that?
I have a certain goal that I want to hit financially before I, go ahead and have a family. I've some business aspirations, and I want to make sure I get that out of the way so that when it is time to be a father, I can focus 100% on that and not necessarily be as tied up with work. So and that's kind of one of the, the good things about being a man is that though we are not born with value, if we work hard enough, we can create value, and that gives us a bit more time on the time clock versus for women. They have a fairly finite amount of time to be able to build a family. So for me, I'm focused on hitting a certain financial goal first so that when I do have my children, money never becomes a problem again. See, I find it interesting that women will sit there and have these super high standards, right? And when you make them work for your validation and your attention, that's looked at as misogynistic. But when women do it, it's looked at as having high standards. You notice that? Double standard? So in other words,
I've never experienced that personally.
well, that's you, man. I mean, you know, you might be better with the girls than other guys, but most men struggle in this situation. Yeah. See? Yeah, you got to remember, man, the average guy is struggling. Like, you know, you might be a smooth talker or whatever. I can see that you're an eloquent young man.
Thank you.
But a lot of guys don't have that skill set.
Myron just admitted to what I said. The low-value men that can't get women are the ones cooking up these gibberish, saying things like this to hurt women. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. If you would love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch how a side chick of a dead man showed up at the dead man's wife's house to demand for her items, the items she bought for the wife's late husband. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.